We're going to go live right now. Premier Doug Ford is speaking at the Prospectors and Developers Association of Canada annual convention. Let's listen in.
Across Ontario. And that's why we need to do more to expand the sector. President Trump's tariffs are taking direct aim at our economy, at our workers, at our families, and our communities. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. I'm not even sure if President Trump knows what's coming tomorrow. We have to be prepared for anything and everything. So together, we need to build a stronger, more resilient, and self-sufficient economy. Together, we need to build the most competitive economy in the G7 to invest, create jobs, and do business. We need to take advantage of the incredible resources we have here in Ontario, our abundant mineral wealth, every critical mineral in the world. They need it, we have it, they want it, and we'll make sure we deliver it, as well as our incredible world-class workforce. Friends, Ontario's critical minerals and mining sector are at the heart of our plan to protect Ontario. Over the past 7 years, we've made major progress working alongside First Nations, northern communities, unions, businesses to unlock these minerals and build critical infrastructure like the roads to the Ring of Fire. But now we need to do more and act faster to unlock these minerals in the Ring of Fire and elsewhere, so we can grow our economy and create good-paying jobs that Ontario workers can count on, whatever happens south of the border. Today, I want to talk briefly about some of the items that we proposed in the recent election to protect Ontario and expand our critical minerals and mining sector. Ideas the people of Ontario gave us a strong mandate to move forward. First, I'll be making it clear to the federal government that the time for the redundant, wrong-headed impact assessment requirements, it's over, they're done. We cannot afford to add years and years of delays, massive cost to critical mineral projects so that the federal government can waste time repeating and replicating assessments that Ontario has already done. Instead, we need the federal government to get out of the way so we can get these projects done. For our part, we proposed a number of new policies to help expand mining and critical mineral development in Ontario. That includes a new one project, one process approach to streamline permitting and cut red tape for critical projects. We also propose designating regions where critical minerals are present or likely to be present, including the Ring of Fire, as regions of strategic importance for our economy and security. This would trigger accelerated approvals, including automatic approvals for trusted project proponents on early works. It would increase certainty around timelines and help First Nations participate in the process. With that in mind, we proposed investing another $70 million to expand the Aboriginal Participation Fund to help train First Nations workers for the skills they'll need to benefit directly from mining projects with great paying jobs. And we proposed tripling existing Aboriginal loan guarantee programs and relaunching, these are big numbers, and relaunching it as a $3 billion with a B, $3 billion First Nations Opportunities Financing Program to support First Nations participation in a range of projects, including mining, critical minerals, resource development, electricity generation and transmission, and other infrastructure. We also want to create new scholarship opportunities for First Nation students to support careers in resource development. And that's not all. We have the critical minerals the world needs and the world-class workforce to get them out of the ground. But we don't want to see those minerals ripped and shipped overseas or south of the border to be processed. We want Ontario's critical minerals to be processed and refined right here by Ontario workers in Ontario. For that reason, we propose creating a new $500 million critical minerals processing fund that will support processing projects, attract private capital investments, and speed up key projects along the critical mineral supply chain. This fund will help ensure a truly made in Ontario critical mineral supply chain, creating new opportunities and prosperity for Ontario workers and communities every step of the way. Friends, this is the plan we took to the people of Ontario, and last Thursday, clearly in every part of our province, the people of Ontario said yes. So now we're going to get to work. We're going to deliver on this plan to make our economy safer and stronger and more secure. No matter what comes our way from President Trump, we know the next 4 years won't be easy. But I have incredible confidence in the people of Ontario, in our workers and communities. And I know that, working together, we can protect Ontario and make our province and our country more prosperous and more secure than ever before. I want to thank you and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much.
We will now take questions from the media. Please come to the mic and state your name and outlet. Just a reminder, it's one question and one follow-up. First question.
Hello, Premier Len Gillis from Village Media.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I was going to say thanks for coming back to Sudbury, but we're in Toronto.
Yeah.
Premier, the president of the Ontario Mining Association, Priya Tandon, was speaking in Sudbury a couple of weeks back, commenting on the tariff situation, and she said, whatever happens, we should not go in guns blazing. She said we need to take a measured approach. What's your take on this?
Well, I've always said throughout the campaign and even before the campaign, we need to match President Trump's tariff by tariff, dollar for dollar. And that's exactly what we're going to do. This is still, the lead is the federal government. The provinces have a big say in it, but it's the federal government that's leading the charge. And we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder no matter who's at the federal government.
Hi there, Alan Hale from the Trillium.
Hi, Alan.
So we had Webequie and Martin Falls do a presentation here at the conference yesterday.
Yep.
And it sounds like the EA for the road that will go from Martin Falls up to the Ring of Fire won't be complete until 2029 or 2030. After which there'll still be like 5 to 10 years of road construction. You're saying that the Ring of Fire is critical to, protecting the Ontario economy. But how is a project that might not be ready to go or be able to get the minerals out until 2040 going to protect the Ontario economy?
Well, this is what I've been. Thank you for that, Alan. By the way, this is what I've been talking about, folks. What jurisdiction in the world can take 5 to 7 to 10 years to get done? That's done. We're going to move forward. We're going to work with First Nations communities. We can't be dilly-dallying around for 5, 10 years. Well, our neighbors to the south are saying, come to the U.S., we'll get your permits for a year, and you have to invest $1 billion. That's what we're up against. Those rules have to change. If we want to survive these tariffs, literally, we need to make sure we move forward. We need to make sure that we get the federal government out of our way. No more duplication on assessments. I just love working with Webequie and Martin Falls. Aeroland, we don't need the assessment. We're going to start building that 80 kilometers of road. I want to thank the First Nations communities for working with us, because that's going to make sure their communities are prosperous. They're going to have transmission lines. They're going to have electricity. They're going to have roads that we can get better health care and food to them. And they're on board. And I just want to thank Chief Sonny from Maryland and also Webequie and Martin Falls chiefs for working well. But we're going to sit down and we're going to accelerate that as quickly as possible.
You did put these communities in charge of this EA. This is their process.
That's right.
So are you saying that you're going to cut the EA on the last leg of the road short to make up for time?
We're gonna sit down with them and have a great conversation. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pass it over to Minister Rickford, that's been working with First Nations communities, and we're so fortunate to have him along with George and Kevin and the whole team, Stephen as well, and the electricity that Stephen Lecce is looking at. We're going to change the makeup. But folks, if you think we're going to continue doing the same thing and get a different result, that's not going to happen. We need to move. This is survival mode. This is like I said, there's government mode. And remember back in COVID, we were able to get everything done overnight. That's the mode we're in right now. So I'll pass it over to Minister Rickford.
Thank you for that, Premier. And I just want to add to the facts here. And they are simple. We are building consensus in the Ring of Fire. The First Nations communities working together for legacy infrastructure that will support northern development and ultimately, and sooner rather than later, as to the point of the Premier, the federal government would step out of the way and let the province work directly with First Nations communities so that we can get more work done. We've already accomplished a number of great things, and in fact, there are other critical mineral sites in other parts of Northern Ontario where we are advancing these with First Nations directly around the environmental assessment process and the legacy infrastructure required to access world-class fiber in forestry and other mining sites, Separation Rapids north of Kenora, and of course, lithium deposits in and around Thunder Bay and north of Red Lake. These are things that are happening now. We're persuaded, with the support of municipal leaders and First Nations leaders, that we are going to get that work done and that we all have a desire to speed that up.
Thank you.
We've been listening to Premier Doug Ford speaking at the Prospectors and Developers Association of Canada annual convention, also talking about a new investment into critical minerals in partnership with many Indigenous peoples. But we're going to have a lot bit more on that specific announcement throughout the morning and afternoon.